65 Lombardi Avenue, better known as Lambeau Field, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Houston Texans and the Green Bay Packers. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olsen. That's Brandon McManus to get this one underway. Off we go from Green Bay. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line to start. So out come the Houston Texans, and Greg, it is one of the good quarterbacks in the league. Offensive Rookie of the Year, number 2 pick in that 2023 draft. Year 3 for C.J. Stroud out of Ohio State.
I think when you break down this game, Mike, I think it's really quite simple. I think it really comes down to the age-old, hey, be balanced on offense. Can their passing attack and rushing attack complement each other? Because what that does is it makes the defense defend the entire field. And then the number 1 goal of every team, every week in the NFL, no self-inflicted negatives. That's tackles for loss, sacks, and then, of course, the most important one, don't turn the ball over.
He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk, and that will lead to a second down. From the gun, here's Stroud. With his man, that's Jaden Higgins, and he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
A gain of 16.
A gain of 16 on that pass play. It's good for a Texans first down.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
Kirk is the motion man. And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. He is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
Ooh. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
And they certainly don't waste any time getting him involved. And we knew coming in that he would be a part of the game plan, but if this is a sign of things to come, he could be in store for a big game.
Here's third down and a few inches. They'll run the sneak, and he is going to have a Texans first down. Maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on third and inches.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, what do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 6. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Now he takes off. Stroud avoids the contact as he slides to a stop after picking up the first down.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Texans.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life, his speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down, keep the drive alive.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
Benjamin Cooper on the stop. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Packers' 15-yard line.
Now, Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal. Now it's from the 6-yard line. Stroud gonna tuck this one on his own read. He will do it himself. He's in. C.J. Stroud. Touchdown, Houston. And, Greg, that is the way you love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, started the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown. That's an ideal way to start when you find yourself on the road.
Fairbairn, good on the point after. And the 10-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his 3rd season as the Green Bay starter.
You know, Mike, it's kind of become cliche in the field, and we say, hey, you got to defend every blade of grass. They can make every throw, but that's exactly the case anytime this guy's lined up behind center. And the amount of stress that it puts on your pass defense, on your secondary to know how to defend sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, no matter where that ball is snapped. That's a tall task, and they're going to have to mix up coverages and be really sound on the back end, or this guy can really kill you. You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short after a gain of 7.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line, but the official signal, he's got enough for the 1st down.
And the Packers, 1st down. 1st and 10.
So after giving up a touchdown to start the game, you'd hate to then turn around on your opening drive and give the ball back after a 3-and-out. So that's a nice hard run there, nothing fancy, but just maintain possession and get a fresh set of downs.
In motion, it's Golden. Once again, it's Jacobs. He'll work forward for a couple. DJ Speed getting in there to make the tackle.
DJ Speed the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 8. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Love. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, incomplete.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Texans offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. Stroud to throw. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dawson Schultz. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
16 yards.
It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a 1st down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage, and it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
They'll go play action with Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. A pickup of 21 on that connection. 1st down for Houston.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Stroud. That one underneath here to Mixon. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So I know the defense gave up some yards here, but a lot worse.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. He's going to pick up the 1st down and more. And he will score! Christian Kirk, touchdown Texans.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate. And great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Fairbairn able to add the extra point. And the Texans move out on top, 14-0.
Packers nothing.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here's Nixon on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Packers offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll bring this across the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4.
Jalen Petrie on the stop. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Love. Pushed out to his left. He runs with it.
Jordan Love. A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Packers 1st down.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Love. Escaping to his left. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
That's to Reed. He's got it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. They get 25 on that connection. Good for a Green Bay 1st down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
This one is caught by Reed. And they'll have 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves 1st and goal inside the low red zone.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. It's the Texans who have the early lead. And we're back at Lambeau Field in just a moment. We begin quarter number 2. The Packers have the football. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. Here's Jacobs. As they go to work on 1st and goal. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. He was trying to connect with Matthew Golden that time. And now it's 3rd and goal. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's going to be broken up in the end zone. Incomplete. There was no space to fit that one in. And now here comes 4th and goal.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
From the 2, they're going to go for it here. It is 4th and goal. They'll go for it. Love. To the goal line and in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers are on the board. It's now 14-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Braxton Berrios now to bring it back. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Texans offense and Christian Kirk getting set for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw is Stroud. He'll get this complete over the middle with Kirk. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33. Stroud going to set up to throw. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to
on first down. It's Stroud. That's caught right side of the tight end Schultz. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. A pickup there of 13. It's good for a Texans first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. And there is a lot of room to operate.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and a yard. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 7, and the Texans first down.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 5. The give to Mixon out of the pistol. It'll be a short pickup down to the 22. Way Walker, the linebacker. on the tackle.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
It's 3rd and 4. Throwing is Stroud. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
First down, Texans.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
Kirk is the motion man. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
The second down throw is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Good drive so far, but this is a big hurdle. It is 3rd and 10. Now Stroud, and that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
A 29-yard attempt.
On the snap, a poor one, and it's blocked.
Mike, it's usually not a good thing when we start talking about the long snapper, but it was his error that leads to this blocked kick. So if this operation doesn't get cleaner, this is something we're going to have to keep an eye on the rest of the game.
The Packers offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st. On play action, Love. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
Defense. Automatic 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. This one on target, it's Dobbs. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process. For a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And this yields nothing. He's out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
Packers, 1st down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. In motion, it's Golden. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And he'll get this to the 43-yard line. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop.
Brings up second down.
Second and 7. On the ground, it's Jacobs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
The open man is Reed. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting fourth down decision.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Berrios on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Texans offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with first and 10. Play action. Stroud. He takes off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
From the 31, here's second down and 7. Now Mixon has the first down and more. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. They gain 18 yards on that one. First down for Houston.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Edger and Cooper, they're on the tackle.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 9. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And he'll be taken down. They got him. Back at the 50-yard line. Rashawn Gary, former Michigan Wolverine, in there to take him down.
defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
From the gun, here's Stroud. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down. Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts.
And it's 4th down.
So, on 4th down, on comes Tommy Townsend to punt for Houston. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. Love to throw on 1st and 10. This is taken in by Dobbs. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
An 8-yard gain brings up 2nd down at the 24-yard line.
Now it's 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's Love. Defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. And he will have a Packers 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert on 3rd and 1.
And these are the tough yards you judge a back by, Mike. We used to say to our backs, hey, even if we don't block everyone, you've got to be your own blocker. Like, you have to find a way to get 1 yard and keep this drive alive, and I think he's able to pick up that 1st down by about a yard or 2.
Oh, a loose football. It looked like a Packer was able to corral it, and indeed, possession stays with Green Bay.
Brings up 2nd down.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Love to throw. This one not quite on target. Too much, and that one falls incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Now Love, and that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The Texans offense going to take over here in the last minute of this 1st half. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. To the right side, and Kirk's got it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
To number 13.
The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Stroud to throw here on 1st down. And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And they're into field goal range now as he's got the first down at the 26-yard line.
16 yards.
Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second. Clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. It is 2nd and 6. Now, Stroud. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
They do a really nice job defensively in there, Mike, of not giving him a clear running lane once he broke the pocket. So now he's trying to test his luck, extend this play as a passer, but to no avail.
Miami Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This one from 39 yards out. He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Texans will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10.
And that kick will help extend the lead. But remember, Mike, it's still a one-possession game. Halftime's right around the corner. So both teams, there's a lot of work left to be done before we crown a winner here.
The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Here's Love. This one up top for Dobbs. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. Thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula and come out on top in this tight one as we hit the second half. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Nixon on the return. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Packers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with first down and 10. Jacobs to start the drive, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer, but they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Love out quickly to Dobbs. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. This one down the field, but it'll wind up incomplete. Tucker Kraft was the intended receiver there.
Fourth down.
And it's going to lead to fourth down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on fourth down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on.
Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line.
First and 10.
The Texans offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll start with Mixon, and he finds some daylight up past the 35-yard line, a pickup of 7.
A gain of 7 brings up second down at the 37-yard line.
So, from the 37, here's second down and 2. Schultz, the motion man. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
A 4-yard pickup.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On the bootleg, it's Stroud. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. A pickup of 12 yards. It's good for a Texans first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 6. To throw, it's Stroud. Over the middle, he's got the tight end Schultz. and they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
First down.
14 yards on that pass play there. First down for Houston.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
On the handoff, running left, it's Mixon. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 7. Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Kirk is the motion man. They'll go play action with Stroud. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
2nd down, here's a run, and here's Mixon. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
It's a loss of a yard.
Back-to-back plays by this defense now, Mike, winning these early downs. They get the sack on first, the tackle for loss on second, and now it brings up 3rd and long.
3rd and a long way to go. To throw is Stroud. This one's broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This one from 39 yards out. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
Packers 10.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Fairbairn, after making the field goal, heads back out to kick this one away. On the return, here's Jaden Reed. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. Packers offense ready to see what they can do. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Love. This one is caught by Reed. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 14 on the pickup. First down, Packers.
And the Packers
Finding yourself down here multiple scores in the second half, the defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Go play action with Love. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver.
He was defended
Third
by
down
Derek
coming up.
Stingley.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
From the gun, on third down, it's Love. And he's in! Christian Watson, touchdown, Green Bay. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
McManus on for the point after. He's got it. And the Packers are back within a field goal. The lead is 3.
Packers 17.
Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. Forced out to his right. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And fortunately, one of his teammates there to save him. They'll wind up getting enough to pick up the first down.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Linebacker Isaiah McDuffie ends the play there.
Brings up second down at the 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 8. On play action, Stroud. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there. Now it's going to be third down.
And so far throughout the course of the game, I think the secondary's actually done a really nice job of taking him away. I mean, he's clearly one of their best players, one of the top players in the league. They're going to continue to find ways to target him. So defensively, it doesn't matter if he has 0 catches or 10. He is always going to be a focal point of this offense.
What a good choice to get out and run. That's a pickup of 18 and a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Texans first down.
Ridiculous! Take it doing! Come on! What are you guys doing? Seriously?
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on third down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
On second down, Stroud. This defense hitting their ears back, coming to get him again.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. From the gun, here's Stroud. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. And it sets up fourth down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
The Texans set to punt this one away. The punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Packers offense getting set to get back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. On play action, Love. And he let him a bit too much. The pass is incomplete. Josh Jacobs was the intended receiver. It's second down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? So the key to these off-tackle style run plays, Mike, is you can't allow penetration. You cannot allow the defenders to get in your backfield, because when they do, the play really has no chance and you end up going backwards.
From the gun, it's Love. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. A big one there on third down, good for 26 yards.
That's good for a Green Bay Packer. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter.
Brings up.
So we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 8. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. A 2nd down throw for Love. Pass caught right side by Kraft. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
To throw is Love. He's going to go deep, looking for Reed, and that is incomplete.
I think the second that ball left his hand, he wanted to pull it immediately back. I mean, he is lucky, Mike. That ball didn't end up going the other way. He almost gifted them a short field and maybe even some points.
On comes the Packers punting team. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. Here's Berrios on the return. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Kirk is the motion man. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. He's got his big tight end, Schultz. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. Here's Stroud. He'll try to work the screen with Mixon. It'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. It's going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
The Texans getting all set to punt.
For the Texans.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Packers offense back onto the field for their next possession. First down, it's Love. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
There was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
On 2nd down, Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Here we go. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to sneak it here. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
He was taken down.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Open man is Reed. He's got it. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They get 15 on that game. Good for a Green Bay first down.
1st and 10 at the
And this is a tricky
39-yard
part of the
line.
game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's the second time they connect on this drive. Good for the yards.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out. There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of 9. They'll go about trying to convert on 3rd down.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. And they've got it on the ground. The mark will come at the 13. But it's a new set of downs. First down picked up.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Jacobs. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
He was taken down at the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
So you find yourself down here in the red zone. This is where it's critical for the quarterback, Mike, to understand he's only got 2 options. Put the ball in a spot where your guy can catch it or in a spot where nobody can catch it. And unfortunately for them, this time ends up being the latter.
Here's Love. Taking off, he'll try to get, and he will get into the end zone. Jordan Love, touchdown tackle. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now it's McManus for the point after. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
Defense.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Texans offense ready to take over once again. Quickly out wide for Kirk. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4 brings up second down at the 40-yard line.
Second and 5. Here's a handoff to Chubb. And he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Big play coming up. This is third down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. To the left side, caught by Schultz. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Packers offense and their receiver, Jaden Reed, getting set for their next drive. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
1 yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 28-yard line.
Love. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
And 9 yards to go.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Love to throw. He's got the rookie out of Texas, Matthew Golden.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion, fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Give him 14 on that one. First down, Packers.
That's another.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
First and 10. Running is Jacobs. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 36. They'll drop to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And it'll be second down.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays, but I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only one remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
On first and 10, here's Love. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
They'll run the draw with Jacobs. That's powerful running, lowers the shoulder, and picks up 4. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here. Talk things over before third down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark. Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chains.
First down. First and 10.
And with the game on the line, Mike, here, fourth quarter, you put the ball in the hands of your running back behind this big offensive line. Great job, 2 hands on the ball. Powers ahead for the first down, and that should all but end this one.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So, it's a win for the Packers. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson, for our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are winners as we say so long from legendary Lambeau Field.